She don't care, though. I still couldn't figure out what she did. She looked like scrubs of some sort.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Boom, and welcome to the Big Honker Podcast, brought to you by Stanfield Hunting Outfitters. I'm Jeff Stanfield.
I'm Andy Shaver. This is our 10 minutes of Just the Tips, joined by Senior Stoner.
Hello, world.
Last name, not his hobby.
It's on the Social Security card.
That's right. That's right. That's all that matters.
I dated a girl in high school once that her dad pulled me aside and was like, "Why do they call you Stoner?"
Here they call you.
It's on my license, sir.
I hear they call you Stoner.
Yeah.
But you know, that's pretty common. People, when they hear that, that's what they think.
Oh, absolutely.
Jeff Spicoli's coming through the door. Do you know who Jeff Spicoli is? No.
Fast Times at
Ridgemont High.
Oh, I thought somebody was walking
No,
in
you.
that you. No.
No, have you never seen Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
Yes.
Okay.
Isn't Shia LaBeouf playing his part in the
No,
new
Sean
one?
Penn.
No, that they did something not too long ago. I think that was just like a live table read, like a Corona type deal.
But is that the new cast for it?
I don't know if they're redoing it.
They're redoing Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
I don't know if they're redoing it or if they're just
I
or if that was
thought
just
they
like a
were.
special type deal.
They can't redo it in today's modern society.
No,
See,
yeah.
those movies that were made when I was growing up in the 70s and 80s fit them times.
Shit, there's movies that were made 10 years ago you couldn't do today.
No,
You can't
that's true.
redo American Pie.
No.
But,
No
but,
way.
but the
Hell
movies
no.
that were set at that type, though,
Right.
like if you redid Fast Times at Ridgemont High, it needs to be set in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
In the late 70s, early 80s, because they had the mall, because they all worked at the mall. Because
Right.
malls were huge when I was growing up. They don't have that now. But in fact, there ain't even malls even open hardly anywhere that are worth a shit.
What's it? Oh, like they could never do like Porky's.
Oh, Porky's
again.
was great. Gosh, what a
That was a
funny
funny
ass
movie.
show it was.
I don't know. It might be.
Porky's they couldn't do because they make fun of the black guy. And they can't do that because of racism. People have no sense of humor at all anymore. And I tell you what pisses me off, or not pisses me off, I don't understand why they do it. Why do you take a movie that was a classic and try to cast
redo it.
colors? Like they tried to do Steel Magnolias with just black people. Why? Don't do Harlem Nights with just white people. I want to see
It wouldn't
black
be the
people.
same.
No, it's not. And it's
Nothing
not.
beats old black comedy either.
It's great.
God, it's Red Fox,
Oh.
Richard Pryor.
Like Sanford and Son.
That's good shit.
They make fun of black people. They make fun of brown people. They make fun of white people, and that's funny.
Everything.
And they've ruined TV.
Just ruined it.
Ruined it.
Just
Don't ever
ruined
watch. Name a series you watch on TV these days.
You know what's crazy? Since I'm a cord cutter, I don't miss TV now.
YouTube TV.
YouTube TV, and I mean it's just there's not much there. YouTube TV and Netflix.
I'm a Roku guy. That's about it.
Yeah.
We have YouTube TV. We also still have Dish.
Yep.
But me and Mom watch the same shit. We watch the Food Network. Mom watches one channel that's got some show on Mom that's really pretty fucking funny. It's a
Right.
series. And the one with Tim Allen,
Last Man
Last Man Standing. And we watch maybe some History Channel shit, and we watch football.
Did you ever watch any of that series on Netflix, The Queen's Gambit?
I have not seen
About
it
the
yet. You
chess?
told me it was
Nah,
really
I'm telling
good.
you need to.
I haven't watched anything on Netflix in a while. I've been watching Deadwood on Amazon Prime, and I really enjoy it. I like history.
I don't know
Anyways.
if I've ever seen Deadwood.
It's good. It's pretty rank though. It's not for someone to watch with their family. About like our last podcast is not something to listen to with your
Yeah,
family.
can you double explicit that? Golly.
I've still got to do the intro for it, so I might
It's all gloomy.
might stress. Make sure there's no children in the car.
Yeah. If you're going to school, do not listen to this until after your kid's out of school. Please
Make
do not
sure-
get going to school and it's on over your and everybody can hear it.
Make sure virtual learning is not going on.
And that's the thing again now.
I know.
All these places going back to freaking no school.
Terrible. Well, speaking of gloomy,
We'll talk about nice segue there, Stoner. This is 10 minutes of Just the Tips, and we've gone on for 5. So I guess you're going to get a little bonus action.
What do you guys recommend? What's the biggest factor to help on a day with low ceiling? Not a foggy day, just a low ceiling.
Cloudy day.
just a cloudy, shitty day. You got to get numbers speak,
Mm-hmm.
and visibility is key. Which those black and whites, finally used them from Dive Bomb the other day. I bet that made all the difference in the world on that first front day.
Mm-hmm.
You can, even when I walk back to the trailer, you just look back and I kind of salt and peppered them through the spread,
Yeah.
and it just draws everything to it too. They look really good.
I was hunting with a buddy of mine the cloudy day, and I had those out, and even he said, God, they just stick out so much more than the regular ones. And Dive Bomb already, like the regular silhouettes, they already kind of have a darker tint.
Right. And they, I mean, they pop as it is, especially in this peanut fields, but those black and whites, it's the whole, I don't know if it would be as effective, which I'm sure it is because we did it at home when I was younger, but just painting straight black, but the flocking just adds that little bit of extra pop to it.
Yeah.
And I kind of went through the, because there were some ducks around, I kind of went through the silhouettes there and tried to pick out mainly the drakes just to get that color to pop on those two. Worked out pretty good. But I don't know. What do you think, Jeff?
From a scouter, cloudy days are easier because the birds are lower. I can tell you that much.
Right.
I think the black and whites will make a huge difference on the cloudy days. I think anything, the white pintails, even any kind of white snow geese, any kind of white really makes a big difference on a day like that. The birds, you don't compete near as far with birds because they have to fly lower. They're not going to see something 3 miles away. So anything you can do to brighten your spread up, I think, makes a lot of difference.
Yeah.
Make your spread contrast.
Yes.
I didn't put out any dark socks the other day either. One, because I don't think I had too many, but I put out all the snow socks just so it was,
Gives
get that
color.
bright contrast, give that color. There's definitely enough wind for it. That helped a bunch.
And our hunting's been real consistent. We're sitting
Yeah.
right there. We're shooting our specs, some extras every day, just right plugging along. But I am concerned about our weather patterns or lack of weather patterns.
Next week's going to be, I think the average the whole week's about 10, 15 degrees less than it was this week.
Well, thank God.
So that'll be, that's a change in weather. Any kind of little front,
Yes.
you're going to see a change in the birds.
North wind makes a big difference.
And that
Right.
did happen the other day
Mm-hmm.
when we had that, because we had 2 fields set up.
Yep.
It was 80 degrees, and then it went to 50 degrees with a hard north wind.
Yep.
And the birds did kind of switch their feeding patterns a
Yep.
little bit.
They, we still shot our birds, but the flight lines kind of shifted. They hit closer fields when they knew, I don't have to worry about traveling so far, finding something new. They just went right to their, I guess you would call it calendar fields around here. They knew exactly where to go in those north winds.
In doing this for a long time, I've never, ever had a November where we didn't have a day that was cold.
Right.
I mean, a day where the high was 35 to 45 degrees, and it was 25 to 28 at night. I don't remember that at all.
I underdressed the other morning. I was cold.
Do you did get cold?
Oh, all I had was a hoodie, like a light hoodie on.
It gets cold at night still. Even when it's
yeah.
been hot, it's been
Yeah.
cooler at night. But it's still, we have not had that day where it's, usually we always have that day where it's 35 to 45 with a 25-mile-an-hour north wind. And we haven't had that cold day.
No.
There's a day next week.
They warmed them back up again.
Oh,
where I
really?
looked. Last time I looked at the weather, that was warming back up again. But that's the biggest thing to me on the field on the contrast is the contrasting colors are the biggest thing.
That's the big thing. And, really, like, for me, I don't think that you do anything different in calling, than you would do on a sunny day or versus a cloudy day. I mean, but just for us with lessers and stuff, I mean,
Right.
we're making so much racket anyway. But
That's what I was going
it
to
might
say.
be different than with big boys.
Yeah, if you're hunting big boys and you get a high wind day and they kind of get downwind from you and try to center up,
Yeah.
if you blow too much, you sometimes
Blow
you'll
'em out of the hole.
there.
Yeah.
You'll blow them out there quick.
I could see that. I mean, and I could even see that down here. There's days where, but I mean, there's also instances where they wanted more. So it's just kind of reading the birds.
Yeah,
here.
that's another big thing. You got to learn if you know how to read the birds and you can tell how they're reacting to your call when they get downwindy on those high wind days, then that'll only notch you up a little bit more in the success range.
So throw out as many decoys as you can.
Contrast.
Be visible. If you have black and whites or snow geese or pintail decoys, throw them out Add contrast, add numbers,
Oh.
be seen.
Another thing, your hide. You have to be
Yes.
tip top on your hide on those overcast days because they will pick you out more and more.
Yep.
Than they
Just
do on
'cause-
the clear days.
Because that
there's just-
shade's not helping you. The shadow, the sun's not, casting shadows in the blind to kind of cover up all that movement and stuff.
They see everything.
They'll pick you away.
Afternoon duck hunts, if you're crosswinding the ducks and you put that sun at your back, man, that's a huge factor
Oh, yeah.
right there.
Fuck.
That's the most important part of that whole deal is being blinding the birds.
And I noticed that just like you were saying, that was the first cloudy day that we've had here.
Yeah.
And those birds would get right over the top of us, and they looked in and saw the boogeyman.
You hear that?
Like
whack,
you
whack,
could
whack, whack.
you could tell, and I hadn't seen that until the
Until
cloudy
that
day. But our blind was kind of the tops weren't as good as they could be. We had plenty of tumbleweeds, no thanks to Mikey, but the tops weren't as good as they probably could be. We still killed our birds, but if they got over the top of us, count that bird as not doing it.
We were lucky because we had enough people to where we can close the doors on all the blinds instead of connecting them.
Yeah.
So it kind of cinched those tops in a little bit. It helped out a bunch.
I did that today. Yesterday I didn't. Everything was just connected together.
Oh,
So
how'd
make sure your
those-
tops.
How'd those bales work?
It was okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it was okay. So the field that we hunted today had a bunch of bales in it, and we just ran our A-frames in between two bales. I think it worked out okay. I mean, I shot my specs early.
Yeah, I had the morning off. I sat and watched for a little bit, and the birds, the ones I saw work, shit, they didn't.
How'd you like filling in for Jeff today?
It was good. I got up about 6. That's about sleeping in for me anymore these days. And I said, well, came over here, cleaned up breakfast, texted Tony, said, hey, don't worry about it. Went and scouted.
I listened
Nice.
to
How does Tony take? He's got all winter off. It seems like he's got
I don't have a clue.
every fucking time something's going on around here. Tony's like, I need that day off.
Yeah.
Like we don't work out here 6 months out of the year. Get your shit done then.
Who's he always bitch about going on vacation all the time?
You, but
Yeah.
I mean, he's got more stuff going
And you're
on
doing it in the off season.
in the off season,
Yeah.
and he's
Yeah.
bitching.
So I can-
You should do that to him. Always
World
got
traveler.
always got these appointments.
Tony, we got 4 goose groups and 2 sets of deer hunters this weekend. I got to go to Oklahoma.
Yeah, I just don't understand it.
He knows I wouldn't do that, though.
I don't understand
Well,
it.
I've been out 2 days, and I don't like being out because I don't like not knowing what's going on. But I've kept up between y'all and Justin.
We'll keep you in the loop.
I understand that. I appreciate that. Yeah, that thing goes off the Jew Boy Mike and the boys, or whatever it's called.
Jewish Mike and
Jewish
the
Mike
boys.
and the boys on the. We've got a group text, and it. I knew what was going on. Just boop, 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 boop. I started hearing it going off this morning. So
I didn't want to get too
yesterday
negative this
yesterday morning, the first thing I saw was Andy said something about Mikey.
He said, Mikey, where you at?
Where you at? And I thought,
Oh, I got to. What's the play-by-play on that? God, that was funny.
You'll have to listen to the last podcast, but don't listen to it with your kids to know what we're talking about. But
No shit.
Mikey had his first fuck up.
yep, and it was a good one.
She was a doozy.
Presidential one.
Mikey, are you okay? Still waiting on that load of tumbleweeds. The Mikey said, I brought it. Just some fell out. He said, you brought 1 tumbleweed. I thought you went to go get more. And then it just went downhill
Yep.
from there.
I read that and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
That's always when I'm going.
So luckily, we were done soon enough on our field, and Bo went to somewhat help him.
He did. Yeah, we got a whole fucking trailer load in about
Yeah.
5 minutes. Wasn't hard.
Yeah.
How Mikey screwed the pooch, I'll never know.
It's
Yeah, he
crazy
did.
how that works.
Holy fuck.
All right. Well, we appreciate everyone listening to us. I've got some days open during the week in December. We've had some COVID cancellations, so holler at me. I'll make you a really good deal. If you do a 2-day hunt, you bring 6 people, I'll make you a very, very, very good deal. Keep my guys busy. I appreciate everybody. God bless y'all, and have a wonderful week.
All right, and go check out all of our sponsors. Gundog Outdoors, get that field trauma kit. Everybody needs it. Foul Bandits, Dirty Duck Coffee, Dive Bomb Industries, Stanfield Hunting Outfitters, Boss Shot Shells, Pacific Calls. I got a promo code BHP25, saves 25%. Lucky Duck, Looking Glass Duck Club, William Chris Wines, 14 Cattle Company, and J2 Outdoors, 10% if you use promo code Big Honker. Bye.